Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ritkriti and people call me as Kittu. So today I am going to teach you some animal idioms. So before we start, you have to like, subscribe and share. So before learning what idioms you need to add to your language, before that you need to know what idioms are. I'll tell you what idioms are. We use idioms freely and sometimes faultlessly in our written and spoken language. We like it when others notice the variety of idioms we use. We even make up our own at the moment. But have you ever thought about what they exactly mean and how to use them correctly, or even how they came to be? This video serves to do just that. Gives you a lowdown on all the idioms that we use, categorizing them interestingly. Did you ever think of them as being those that pertain to animal traits, having plant characteristics, or taking their hues from many colors of the nature? Now, or even taking them off from the clothes that we wear. We keep animals as pets. We need their help to do a million things. Ride, hunt, plow, and then we use them to add a little excitement to our language by weaving their characteristics and traits into idioms which have a lot of history behind them. So here's some for wordplay, animal style. Birds of a feather flock together. This idiom's meaning is that people who have common interests and habits are usually together. So, usage of this idiom is that all my friends have the same interest and like going hiking. I guess we are like birds of a feather flocking together. Now, history of this idiom is that this saying has been used by man from more than 2000 years. If you observe carefully, you will find that birds of one kind always fly together. You will never see a crow flying with pigeons, do you? Second, bark is worse than your bite. Meaning is that sounding more frightening than you actually are. Now, usage of this is, though our neighbor is forever shouting at us, Larry says that his bark is worse than his bite. History of this idiom is, this saying originates in the 17th century when dogs kept as pets simply guarded houses, and a dog barked really fiercely, always sounded like he would bite off a bit of you. But if the dog really didn't bite, then it was said that his bark is worse than his bite. Black sheep of the family. Its meaning is the most different or odd one out in a group or family. Its usage is as Vikram does not study hard like his other brothers and sisters. He is considered the black sheep of the family. Now the history is, the black color is associated with evil, and a sheep that is all black is rare, especially in a herd of all white sheep. So a black sheep in a white herd is identified as the odd one out. In the early 18th, shepherds thought that the black sheep were scared of the white ones and therefore favored them less. Slowly, the saying came to refer to the least favored person in the family or group. Bull in China shop, meaning is that to be extremely clumsy. Usage is, whenever Rahul is in the kitchen, he breaks something. So his mother says that he is like a bull in a china shop. History is that bulls are extremely clumsy creatures, large and graceless. When they move, they always knock out things off their way. This idiom found its way into the stage when dishes and plates were made out of china, were introduced in Europe in 16th century. Imagine if a bull got into a china shop, what havoc would it cause? A leopard cannot change his spots. Its meaning is that we cannot change the nature of things. Its usage is Mr. Sharma could not yell at Rohan for stealing his mangoes because he was a very gentle and forgiving person. This instance portrays that Mr. Sharma is like a leopard who cannot change his spots. History is that, have you seen the spots on a leopard? This saying originates from the Holy Bible, which means that the basic nature of things does not change, even with changed circumstances. Crocodile tears, its meaning is that fake or false tears. Now its usage is that Kiran fell down but did not hurt himself. He cried crocodile tears because he wanted Dad to buy him something. Now its origin is that, have you ever seen a crocodile crying? I'm sure you haven't. Therefore, anyone who is crying crocodile tears is just pretending. The ancient Romans used these expressions freely. Cry wolf, its meaning is false warning about danger that is not real. Okay, now its usage is that my brother points to the sky and says that he can see rockets flying and they are going to crash to the earth. But no one looks up because everybody knows that he is a crying wolf. Now, story behind this idiom, Alphonse, the famed Greek storyteller, told a story about a shepherd boy who would fool his friends that a wolf has come to eat his sheep. Then, after a few times, their friends realized that he kept fooling them. So, no one believed him. So, after that, a wolf he came to eat those sheep. Then he called out for help, help, help. Nobody came to help him, as they thought that he was trying to fool them again. So, those sheep were eaten by the wolf. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Its meaning is don't complain if a gift is not up to your expectation. Now its usage is that when Aunt Kusum bought Tanaya a beautiful dress, she said she didn't like those dresses with frills. I really think she shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. Its origin is that in the olden days when horses were used more than just riding, people would examine their teeth to check whether it was a young, strong horse or an old one. But if you gifted a horse to someone and you're looking into the horse's mouth, you're hurting the feeling of who gifted you the horse. So, in other words, they said that don't look a gift in the horse's mouth. Eager beaver, its meaning is that hardworking and industrious. Now, its usage is that Mayur always finishes his school work before going out to play. In this aspect, Mayur is an eager beaver. Now, its origin is that from many centuries, Man has admired beavers for its hard-working nature. The beaver swims in rivers and builds dams made of tiny wood sticks across them. Come rain or shine, the beaver is always hard at his work. This saying became popular in the 17th century. Go to the dogs. Its meaning is that to be ruined, to fall from a great position. Its usage is that our rich neighbor's fortune went to the dogs when his son spent all his money. Now its origin is that in the medieval times, food that was spoiled or considered unfit for men was given to dogs. Soon men started ascribing the state his fellow beings to indicate the person's state had become very bad, like that of a dog. Hold your horses. Its meaning is slow down, be patient. Now its usage is that when I'm impatiently eating my ice cream, Grandpa says, "Oh, hey, hold your horses." Now, its origin is that horse carts were used to travel in the 19th century America. Now, when you wanted the cart driver to slow down, you had to tell him read states. In other words, hold your horses. Now, soon this expression became applied to life too. And if you want to tell anybody to be patient or slow down, you just have to say, "Hey, hold your horses." Let the cat out of the bag. Its meaning is that to give away or let out a secret. Now its usage is that we were planning to bake a cake as a surprise for Mom's birthday. But little Mohan told my mom and let the cat out of the bag. Now its origin is that this is what happened in the market many centuries ago in England. A favorite country trick used to be a substitute for a cat for a pig at markets. If you let the cat out of the bag, you disclose the trick and people avoided buying the pig. From then on, if anybody let out the cat of the bag, it was said you're spelling out a secret. Make a mountain out of molehill. Its meaning is that to make anything sound or look larger than it actually is. Its usage is that when Uncle Benny catches a cold, he says that he has a raging fever. He's always making mountain out of molehill. Now its origin is that this saying originates from in the ancient Greece. Okay, it is not in its present form. When people started using it in England much later, they put words beginning with M just that it's be easy to remember and fun to use. Monkey business. Its meaning is fooling around or silly behavior. Now its usage is that when Sangram was fooling around in the class, the teacher looked sturdy at him. Now, she said, "No more monkey business, young man, or you'll be out of the class." Now its origin is that, have you ever seen a monkey? It always comes around and acts like it's mad. Nobody knows where this saying comes from, but to understand its meaning, just look at a monkey. Did you also know that this expression also meant doing something that is dishonest? So, if you caught somebody cheating, you could say, "Then that's enough now. No more monkey business." Raining, cats and dogs Its meaning is that to rain very heavily. Now its usage is that Mayur cannot go outside to play because it's raining cats and dogs. Its origin is that in 17th century in England there were heavy rainstorms and sometimes cats and dogs would be found lying on roads after the rains. It almost looked like it had been raining cats and dogs. Rats abandoning a sinking ship. Its meaning is that disloyal people. Now its usage is that when the company started to lose money, the employees resigned and left like rats abandoning a sinking ship. Now its origin is that in 16th century sailor had many superstitions. Now one of them was that if you saw rats leaving the ship when it stopped in the harbor, it meant that the ship minds at the right were supposed to be loyal to the ship as it had provided them a place to stay and some food, and anyone who changes sides and becomes disloyal is therefore referred as rats abandoning the sinking ship. Now, smell a rat, its meaning is to be suspicious or get a feeling that something is wrong. Now, its usage is that on observing the thief's actions, the policeman smelt a rat. Now, and realized that the thief was up to something foul. Now, its origin is that this saying was used as early as the 16th century. Man has always considered rats as smelly creatures. Even a cat which suspects a hole is occupied will smell it and see if this hole or house belongs to a rat. Soon this practice of the cat caught on empathy and would sniff something bad, you could smell a rat. Straight from the horse's mouth. Its meaning is to get the news from directly from the person who is concerned. Now, its usage is that my uncle is planning to take us to the beach and has told no one about the plan besides me. So I have got it straight from the horse's mouth. Now its origin is that the best way to find horse's age is to take a look at the horse's teeth and mouth. So rather asking the seller of the house about his beast's condition, health and his age, etc., etc., all you need to do is look straight into the owl's mouth. Catch the bull by its horns. Its meaning is that to be very brave in a frightening or a dangerous situation. Now its usage is that Kartik caught the bull by its horns when he dived into the well and saved the drowning dog. Now its origin is that sometimes at the end of a bullfight, the bullfighter will wrestle and hold the bull's horns, and they are considered very brave and darling. They will be, right, indeed. And this saying therefore originates from the bullfights. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Its meaning is someone who looks harmless. Means who's looking like they will not harm us, but maybe actually dangerous, And then usage is that never trust strangers on the street, for they may be wolf in the sheep's clothing. Now its origin is that story by Elsof, the famous Greek storyteller. Is that story that a hungry wolf killed a sheep and wore its skin, to get off. And he wore its skin, and then he got into a pen of sheep, and then he waited till the night and killed sheep. Okay, the dangerous wolf hid under the sheep's skin and managed to fool the flock. Now you understand. Hope you enjoyed this video. So I want to tell you one thing, that this was the part 1 for idioms are fun. We have like more 11 parts coming up, so stay tuned with us, and then you will be able to learn more and more idioms. Now you please use these idioms to spice up your language. They are fun. Bye bye, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share.